Passover is the most widely known holiday on the Jewish calendar. But have you ever heard of Second Passover? This lesser-known biblical holiday carries some most fundamental messages.
Pesach Sheini kemeduver leilam wie pshute shal mikro, ist auch das gekommen durch dem, was sie gewähnt, die Teile von Loma Nigora, das ist Sheini shal Tashlumin von Pesach Rishi, wo damit seine Sechechets verbunden kama Halochis, wo seine verbunden mit Sheini shal Tashlumin davka. Bemeili das Sechet Scheiches bei dem, was gewähnt, was mit früher etwas gefällt, Tome Hoyo bederech Cheka Lachas Kama vekama Lochem, wie Pshute sie gewähnt Lochem, ki Pshute Shal Mikro, nechet wie das kommt Arob bekama Haloches. Danach kommt sie gehen nach Dien, und der Rambam bringt das Arob la Haloche in Sifre Yada Chazaka. Als a Gershen Isgaye, bin Pesach Rishon le Pesach Sheini, bemeile Bishasse gewähnt, der Pesach Rishon, die das Bern gar nicht gewähnt, Mitzis. Ba Goy nicht tode Mitzis von der Pesach. Afal Pikei nicht der Haloche, wie Kimizuber, als der Haloche, in Sefer Yada Chazoko, als wird ist Mechuye, wo bringt der Pesach Sheini. Auf Druf wollten noch gekonnt verentwerden, aber das ist ein Jinyan, was Afal Pi, was Tage nicht gehabt, mit sich von Pesach Rishon, da die Kaloschen ist der Chober, die mir wohl in Chido bekamen mit Chemis, wo der Loschen ist, Gerschen ist Geier. Schaße kommt sa Schichlur Eved, sagt man Eved, Shenistachere, oder Schivcho, Shenistachere. Pschaße kommt zu Anitin, als sich mit Geil gewöhnt, sagt man, dass Geil schon ist Geil. Und sagt auf den Bier, sagt dem Pirke der Rebelese, als die Nischomes von der Geiri, seine Nechet gestanden bei Matten Teile. Und auf Nechet gehört der Aseres Adibris mit Kolmaschital mit Wossig Ossid Lechadisch, wer Tatstoff in Jerusalmi, hat gehört dem Zivui von Pesach. Kommt aber zu Adin, a Kotten, schen ist Gadol beim Pesach Rishon le Pesach Sheini, darf Rechet bringen a Pesach Sheini. Und beim Dvorim Amurim, eben hat nicht Meine gewähnt, hat nicht gezählt auf dem Pesach Rishon, bei mir hat nie gehabt kein Pesach Rishon, darf bringen Pesach Sheini, was wenn man nicht auch sagen, Kind Schlumi. Und nachfall Pikei sagt man, der Dien, als darf bringen a Pesach Sheini und mit das Mevar Baruch und mit Kamas Belim, Schakle Vitalia Bachreinim, a Pesach Sheini hat in sich zwei Sachen, es hat in sich Ayinen, Shalta Shlumin, es hat aber rechet in sich Ayinen, weil das Ayinen bifnei Atzmei, wo der Vater Gerschen ist Geier und Kottenschen ist Gadol. Wenn Pesach Rishon, bei Pesach Sheini, darf bringen a Pesach Sheini. Gechol Chukesa, wie das zählt im Pasche von Pesach Sheini. Wo das ist noch ein Chidush in Pesach Sheini, so gerät früher der Mami von Isida Reina, Pesach Sheini lernen, als nicht auch kein Verfallen, ist das Lechere mehr nicht, als es etwas Verfallen gegangen und nachfall Pikeni, das nicht Verfallen legamre, konnte dann noch Maschen sein. Bischaß bei mir goin Sachen nicht gegangen Verfallen. Ist damit nicht gewähnt mit Chuyiv, was oder gewähnt nach Kottenbedarf, wie Kajitze, was Afal Pekin sagt man, dass in Mechadisch, in Scharin, ja nicht das Schlumi, in der Sache nicht Oderin. Pesach Sheini, Mechadisch, Echet, hat die Mitzis. Und das bedürfen wir, wie gesagt, früher. Als da Nuftu bei Jiden, als sie darf sein, nicht stammen bechukesei Tassu, nur sie darf sein bechukesei Telechu. Als Afal Pi, was dem gewähren, als sie ist Achukim, was mit zwei Seite Schmeil, was sie ist messen. Darf aber Reche sein nach Halich und in Anefen, als Engle Menuche. Als kann nicht tun in sein Maimid und Maser, Afal Pi, oder das Maimid und Maser von Tachlis Aschleimes. Die Gabe sein Maimid und Maser, was kommt an neuer Chedesh, ist auch demut wird das a Chedesh, was man beim Achidush, Echet Bavidose, Echet Achidush Bavidose in Injane von Pesach. Wo das wird sich Echet a Biur, was lechere nicht verstandig, der Minyan von Pesach Sheini, was mit Pravitos ins Mann HaGolos. Wo demut Tag Maklev sein Akkorden kann nicht. Mechuig werden Akkorden in Pesach Rishon, in Chedesh Nissen hat nicht getorrt bringen in Pesach Rishon. Nicht nur hat nicht gedacht, hat nicht getorrt, hat nicht wesentlich, wie man am Mizbeach, hat nicht kein und alle Protein, was mitbringt, ist nicht in Pesach. Und nachfällt wie kein Sockner, als kommt zu gehen, Pesach Sheini, sagt nicht kein Tachnun, kleimen sich zusammen, kamen jeden zusammen. Und wir retten Divre Teile und Divre Iseres am Nass, soll dann noch herabkommen, Basi, Bepeil. Und wir sagten, mit was ist das verbunden, aber es manche bis am Migdashkein und gewähren Befen Kach wie Kach. Wo das ist echt von den Injanen mit Chodoshim, was a Pesach Sheini gibt a Jiden a Iseres, a nicht nur, wenn etwas verloren, ist das nicht verfallen. Und darf sich mit Stadl sein, wird das gefunden. Und das wird werden, das Maschlim sein. Nur viele, wenn keine Sache nicht verloren, Adra wird nicht getorrt bringen in Pesach. Beschaße kommt a jem Sakai, was mit Jahren zurück ist das gewähnt a jem Sakai mit gebracht a Korn. Afal Pi, was beschonnen so, und schon im Liefnis, das nicht gewähnt als Ami Mitzius, dafür aber Esnus in dem jem Sake geblieben, die Broche mit dem Schuss, was wird in dem Tag reingegeben. Bischaß wird gegeben die Mitzwe von Pesach Sheini und es wird nicht sehen, midi Schone bis Schone. Wenn Ayom im Heil Niskorim wird das Echet Nassim, wie der Arizal tauscht das so, als wenn Nimschach, der am Schoches war Spois, verbunden mit Pesach Sheini Beruchnius, Vehi Sheyom Do.
Hello there, the Bachrim. I'd like to tell you a story that is connected to Pesach. We're coming up to Pesach Sheini, so I would like to share a personal story that I had to show you and demonstrate how the Rebbe Mamish thinks of every single one of us. you think that the Rebbe is just the Rebbe and he didn't really think and he doesn't know you and it's not personal, it's just a general thing. And maybe those people that stood up and held a l'chaim in front of the Rebbe, so the Rebbe thought about them. But I want to share with you a story how the Rebbe planned and took care of me personally together with another bacher. In 1988, Tafshin Memches, 1988, I was a yeshiva boy in France. There was an American chaplain, a rabbi in the American military in Germany. And that individual, Rabbi Binyamin Axman, his name is, Zal gesund sein, he should be healthy, great guy. He wrote a letter to the Rebbe. He said he heard that the Rebbe is sending out Merkei Shluchim, his Rebbe is sending out boys to different locations to help out different Jewish communities. And he asked if the Rebbe can send to him also. With such a letter he sent off. Now, being in yeshiva in France, we got a phone call from Rabbi Krinsky asking if two Bachrim could go to help out in the military base over there. There's a chaplain who needs assistance. Right away we volunteered. The other boy that was volunteered with me was Rabbi Yassel Kranz, who is the shliach in Richmond, Virginia. And so we volunteered, and within, I think we got the call on Wednesday night, Thursday. By Sunday, we were already at the chaplain. We made over there a summer camp. It was 2 weeks that the fellow had arranged for Jewish children to get together. It was an unbelievable experience. And of course, when we came back, we wrote a duch to the Rebbe, and we, Baruch Hashem, had a tremendous success. We didn't know this, that the chaplain also wrote a letter to the Rebbe, thanking the Rebbe for sending the boys. And we kept in touch with him, and we told Rabbi Axman, listen, when you come to New York next, we really want that you should come by on Sunday, plan to be there over a Shabbos, and come on Sunday to the Rebbe and get a bracha and get $1 from the Rebbe. And he said when he comes next, he will, Mitzvah Hashem. And sure enough, it was Purim Katan. It was a month before Purim. It was a leap year. So in Yud Dalid Adar Rishon, the first Adar, on the 14th of Adar, we went by the Rebbe. And in fact, Rabbi Krinsky went in front of the Rebbe and introduced the chaplain. And then afterwards, the Rebbe looked at us and was waiting for us to be introduced. We went by. We were schnooks. We were yeshiva boys. What was I, 21 at the time, something like that, 22. And the Rebbe all of a sudden called. He gave my friend $1 in bracha v'atzlacha. He gave me $1 bracha v'atzlacha. And then all of a sudden, the Rebbe started talking to us. And in fact, you could see in the video that you're about to see in a moment, you could see how we turned around and the Rebbe is talking to us and shares with us. And I want to point out, in a moment I'm going to show you the video, but I want you to listen to a couple things. Number one is the Rebbe said, today is Purim Katan. You should send them a Mazel Tov for Purim Gadol, for the regular Purim. Then the Rebbe asks us if we could send Shmura Matzah over there. And of course we say, you'll see, we stand there going like, my Chava says, yeah. And the Rebbe says, Mizol Zen Shikin, we should send over there Shmura Matzah and even more than you need. In the English, I don't think they translated 100% accurately. I don't remember the English. But the Rebbe says that you should send even more than you need. And then, of course, the Rebbe didn't leave Bachrim hanging. And he turned around to Rabbi Krinsky and he says, he told Rabbi Krinsky he should cover the cost. So the yeshiva boys aren't left paying the cost. And sure enough, in fact, let me tell you the rest of the story. First, watch the video.
Ja.
Ja, maar die darf dann so von Zeit zu Zeit schreiben, dann schickt man Brief zu Purim, schickt man Brief zu Pesach, das war halt auf Purim Kotti. Da kommt die Schreiben Maseltov zu Purim, Rodu, und dann noch, wenn ich halt auf Pesach Kotti Sameach. Konnte die schickt man ihm zu Schmure.
Ja, man kann mit sich.
Aber das ist dann die von damals die Zeus und alle Sachen. Man schickt sie auf Kolponen auf das Dorn, so sagen Mehr. Weil Psui Stevis, Matzloch Rabba.
You just saw how we went by the Rebbe, and you saw how the Rebbe talks to us and tells us that we should send shmura matzah over there. We should keep in touch with the people, and we should send shmura matzah. And the words that Rebbe used at the end was, and we should send even more than we need. So immediately we went into action. Of course, we sent letters. I want you to know something as an aside. We didn't quite understand when the Rebbe said we should send a mazel tov. Right before Purim, my sister gave birth. That's the only thing I could think of, and we sent, of course, mazel tov, telling everybody about it. It was very interesting. But before Pesach, we were in touch with the chaplain, Rabbi Yaxman, and we said to him, we asked him, how much do you need? And he made a calculation. We told him, no square matzah on your table, no machine-made matzah. This year you're going to have shmura matzah. It's going to be, don't worry about it, we got it covered. The Rebbe has it covered. And sure enough, he said he made a calculation. I'll never forget, he made a calculation, 31 pounds of matzah. So, of course, we went to the matzah bakery, and we said we got to send 31 pounds of matzah to Germany, and we got to make sure it's arranged, and we got to want to make sure it comes there relatively whole. And he said the best way to do it is if you pack, normally the boxes come like 10 pounds, but if you wedge a single pound box of matzah into it, so it's 11 pounds per box, it wedges it, it holds it tight, and it ships much better. So we said, okay, the Rebbe said to send more than we need, so we said, you know what, we'll send 3 boxes of 11 pounds each, it's 33 pounds. I'll never forget. We put it in the mail, we sent it, we sent letters again to the people we were involved with, we were in touch with them. We sent in a report to the Rebbe, we called him up afterwards, how was Pesach, how was this? Excellent, it was wonderful. Beautiful. And that, we forgot about it, we kept in touch with him with Shavuos. Fast forward, it comes the summertime. And Rabbi Axman once again asks if he can have some yeshiva boys come. So Rabbi Krinsky said, you went last year, would you like to go back again? We said, of course, we went back. And in fact, the second year we went, we extended and we expanded. Not only we were on an Air Force base where we were the last year, the year before. The Air Force base, by the way, is a famous Air Force base. Whenever anything happens in the Middle East and they fly a soldier home, he passes by. It's called Ramstein Air Base. You might have heard about it. So in addition to that, we also expanded, and we went 2 weeks early to Frankfurt. At the time, there was no shliach in Frankfurt, and we went to the American Air Base in Frankfurt. We did a 2-week summer camp in Frankfurt, and then from after the 2 weeks was up, we went to the air base with Rabbi Axman. And of course, after being there for 2 weeks, so when we arrived in, I'll tell you another story on as an aside. When we came into Germany, we had with us my chaver had, his uncle was getting married in Israel. So he flew from New York to Germany to Israel, and then he was going to be 2 days in Israel. He was going to come meet me on Tuesday or Wednesday it was. I was going to be alone for 2 days, so 3 days. So, but he left his boxes in a suitcase with me, and he just traveled on with a handbag. So I show up, and I literally load up, you know those wagons that you push in the airport? I literally load up 2 full wagons. There was one box that had totally food, cans of tuna and salamis, because we had to live. And another box had books, sfarim, and another box had prizes for the kids. Another box had T-shirts that we printed up that year, T-shirts, so that the kids could have for the camp. And I'm going through, and till I gathered it all together, till I put it on these wagons, and I'm pushing 2 wagons, pushing. And of course, when you come to the airport, there's a big sign over there that says if you have anything to declare. One line is green and one line is red. If you have anything to declare, you're supposed to go through the red. Of course, I'm a yeshiva boy, I'm going straight through the green. And by that time, the whole airport was empty, and there were like 6 police officers standing there, and they look at me and they say, come here, what's all this? So I start hacking a chank, I start telling them, well, I'm helping out in the military, I'm helping this, I'm running a summer camp. The guy says, what's in the boxes? And he kept on asking me what's in the boxes. I didn't say. So finally I said, books. He said, all of it is books? The whole box is all of it is books? I said, books. He goes over to one box. One box had a little bit rip in the corner, you know, where the corners meet. It had a little rip. So he opens it up more, sticks his hand in. I was ready he's going to pull out a salami. I was ready he's going to send me back home. He reaches in, he pulls out, as God is my witness, he pulls out a Hebrew English Tanya. He couldn't get it back in. He puts it on top. He says, "Get out of here." And with that, I took everything in there. We also comes with me this after 2 days. We spend 2 weeks in Frankfurt, and then from there it's time for us to go to Ramstein. Going to Ramstein, it's amazing. We have to take a bus until we show up and the whole thing. We would go traveling on Sunday, and Monday starts camp. Monday starts summer camp. We're gonna have a 2-week camp over there also for kids. We had like 20 kids. We show up, of course, and by that time all the food is empty. We finished all the salamis, all the tuna, everything. So the chaplain, Rabbi Axman, starts teasing us and starts making fun of us. Oh, you're gonna live on Pringles and Coca-Cola again? Are you gonna eat? What are you gonna eat exactly? What? Because there are certain things that we ate in his house and certain things we didn't. And of course, we are very particular and careful of Chalav Yisrael and of Pas Yisrael and Bishul Yisrael. And we were very particular in the kashrus. Not to say chas v'shalom that Rabbi Axman didn't keep kosher. He kept kosher, and we relied upon many things in his house. But as Lubavitchers, we were very particular. And he was joking with us. What are you going to eat? What's going to be? And he starts, do you want, should I bring out tuna fish and Pringles, or you want Cheerios? Because he used to be able to get certain American foods. And then all of a sudden he says, wait, I have something for you. And he goes over to the closet, and he reaches up in the closet, and you know that a closet like that where you hang your coats, then there's the shelf, and then there's the shelf that you normally don't use all the way on top. So he brings a little stool, he climbs up, and he reaches up, and he brings down a box. 2 pounds of matzah. Exactly 2 pounds. The Rebbe said, send extra. We ended up sending 2 pounds extra, and somehow it was left over. And that's what we ate. Not only did I eat it for those 2 weeks, but it is something that I am living with and I'm able to eat on a regular basis, and I share this matzah with you. The Rebbe knew, the Rebbe took care of. No question about it. The Eibishter should bench that we should be able to once again go to dollars. We should be able to go, and we should be able to first of all get out of this Zoom. We should be able to meet in person. We should be able to sit in Farbrengen in person. We should be able to share stories in person. And most importantly, we should go from here with the Geula, Amitzvah Shlema. We should go with the redemption. We should be able to go to Eretz Yisrael and be with the Beis Hamikdash once again.